Yo, yo, what's up, what's up? Let's hang out for a bit. I'm catching up on some chat logs, doing a watch list for some stocks going into April 2nd, but just doing some catch up on my end, so let's just hang out for a bit. Feel free to comment in the chat anything you traded, wanted to look at, or anything you think I might miss. And I will chit chat shortly. Looks like it's notable any recent IPOs. We've got CoreWave, and then we got Newsmax. So any other IPOs? Might scan for some of those. Wow, what a round trip. Jeez. Jeez, that's insane. There's IPO. Where'd the quantums end up today? A retest of 8. Not a coincidence it failed. ICCT, love that. Chopped around, but all in all went higher. Definitely a trap candle right there. Breaks support, breaks view app, flush, and reclaim right away. Listen to my ads on Newsmax. I know, looking at it now. Load the boat. You wouldn't have seen me doing any more of these watch lists ever again. 13 up to 280. Make a nice $260 a share. On 1,000 shares, you make 260 grand. That's wild. What's up, Golan? TCRT got pumped today from that group. They got volume still. Yeah, you had BIAF and RSLS runners today. This one was up after hours. Typically these round trip. Pretty impressive. Right from 4 a.m. RSLS was going nuts. Jeez. Jeez. From a 40-cent close up to $3. This one's up 500%. BIAF is up 400%. It's insane. Yeah, MLGO did fail. Was a bigger gap than it's had in its prior days. We had like a small gap. This definitely was bigger, but we didn't have that increasing volume. And like I say, it just trades a bit thin. And it was straight down off the open. You would have had to hit it and just trust. So I'm not really too upset about missing that one. Hims sold a platform right there. What else we got? CSAI, what did that one do? Oh yeah, that was that round trip one. Then we had that other C name. It was the IPO, Core Wave. Wow. Just crazy. I don't know. I'll put CSAI on watch just because it's still up. But IBO, that one, I borrowed it. I was super interested in this. Where we had this trend break in pre-market. And I wasn't looking to buy it, but I was looking for it to get over 2. Get up into these high 2s towards $3. And we had... If you recall, yesterday, this exact same setup on my size, where you had this push prior low right here, a dip and catch candle that doesn't reclaim and then fails to follow through. And the exact same thing happened on MYSC. If you look at it yesterday, should look familiar, where we have this prior low. It breaks. This is the dip and catch candle, and then fades off. So I saw that on IBO, and I figured that was it. So once it failed to fall through 160s, probably not something I hold through the open, but still a nice fader. Would have been like A-grade setup if this thing was over 2, is what it is. MYSC had a little pop in pre, but didn't really get going. Those are those quiet ideas from the watch list. This year compared to prior action. Yeah, this, in terms of like multi-day runners, because I had started trading like I watched the markets 2018, started trading 2019, and 2018 there was tariff news on the overall markets. Right here, there was tariff news all in here. And a bunch of like multi-day runners just were non-existent. So in terms of the overall markets, now we've got tariff news again, and we've got a lack of multi-day runners. And the last few weeks I've been underperforming. It's a bunch of pop and drops, day one, just gappers that open basically near what their high a day is going to be, and it fades and closes at lows. So anybody shorting gappers was rewarded for the last few months, really. And in March, it did not pay that well to short gappers. And now, towards the end of March, the first day of April, every gapper has squeezed, and I've seen some messages from people who were doing well consistently and were just rewarded for shorting the open and covering the close. And risk management got tested the last week or two, and they lost all those gains. So for me not to have performed during the one and done market has now saved me, because now I haven't been giving back gains in those areas because I wasn't rewarded for bad behavior. So as far as multi-day runners go, you kind of got to pick your spots. There's been a few where it's like one ticker kind of a week that's like the in-play name, but nothing super clean that's gone like 3-4 days, holds green, goes red, fades for a couple days, backside bounce. There hasn't been a lot following that framework to a T. So it's definitely been a bit tougher on my end as well. Big gap ups and runs. Feel like I need to adjust. Still don't like day one gaps. Don't like the swipe risk. Yeah. I have a hard time. Like a lot of the guys that short those gappers, they either are comfortable risking high a day or pre-market highs and then willing to try it a few times, or they're getting in there at open and just risking like a 40% or 60% arbitrary stop. And both of those don't really sound that good to me. I like getting an entry when I know this should be the time, and then when I stop out, it's because the trade isn't working. Not short it, stop at highs, short it again, stop at highs, short it again, stop it. Like, it just doesn't sound fun to me. But back to like those gappers shorting big gap ups. I mean, you would have got caught on ICCT. A gapper that held and ran. You got a big 30% plus gap today. And even if you were patient, you get a big morning move, a failed fall through level here at 410s that holds. It looks weak. You get a big fake candle, squeezes everybody out through highs. So this one wouldn't have been easy either, shorting those big gap ups. MLGO might have worked, but there's also plenty that don't. But we'll see. There's definitely a rhyme to that reason when you get those big gap ups. But I think that there's nuance to it. I don't think it's just short anything that gaps. Someone pulling into my driveway. Let's see, what other names we got? What was PRTG doing? That was that day one. Oof, ugly. Assign them. The most American thing possible is looking who entered your driveway. Well, they're not supposed to be there. We ain't got guns, but I'll go out and fight somebody. You see that? That's weird. I'm missing a time. That's weird. Pretty linear. Like, zooming out. It didn't really, like, this was definitely a speed up, but it's come back, and this is holding. It's impressive. This is like usually what Nate refers to as a buyer in the tape. When you can draw those trend lines, or you get those wicks that get bought up versus a trend line. It's like someone's just absorbing. Wow, JYD. Damn, look at that. Yeah, GDHG do the same thing today too. Where it halted and literally just opened. Like, that's nuts. JYD. Wait till after hours when stops don't work. That's insane. I imagine this thing goes to like 50 cents. So I think this one's worth a short, like daily wise, towards 350. Intraday wise, we had that little bounce there at 3. This is probably worth watching tomorrow. It's down 80%. And if people try to dip buy it, not knowing that this is a China scam, if it retraces this entire move, which it has done before, not this name in particular, but other China scams, where they liquidate it just to absorb it lower, like you can see all this volume down here, and then by market open, it's right back to where it was. But if this stays weak, and they trigger SSR, then they can just sell unlimited with not having to fight shorts. Oh, microphone. Cool. Let me unplug it and change the setting on it quick. Hopefully that will help. Thank you. Okay, I'm set back to the microphone. Let me know how that sounds. Is that any better? because I've got my headphones listening to what I'm saying and I can't hear it. That's weird. I'll watch. Hopefully, you guys can just kind of make it through. Bear with me. That's what I'd have. Mute my screen. Now my screen's muted. Test 1 2. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, at least hot stock. Yeah, I'll watch the recording back, and then maybe I'll run a couple tests before I hop on next time. But hopefully you can bear with me through the rest of it this evening. Okay, WTF, we saw that one already. Might as well put it on watch because it's an IPO, so everyone's chasing these. Big failed fall through level there at 20. And close. Yeah, there's the close line. So it closed right at highs. So it's gapping down quite a bit. ICCT, nice multi-day run. NMAX is just insane. Core wave is crazy. QSG, what is this? Quanta Sing. What the hell is going on? What are people buying? Like, what should I use leverage on tomorrow? I don't know. But I'm sure you'll figure it out. If there's a will, there's a way. Okay, let me run through my scans quick here. I have a feeling just with all these percent gainers, I'm not going to try to overwhelm myself. Yeah, with all of these percent gainers and stuff, I just have a feeling I'm not going to try to overwhelm myself a ton and just try to stick to a couple, because that's typically when I have bad days, when there's a bunch of stuff moving and I try to do all of it. TCRT, I'll throw that on. Just a fresh daily. First time trading any sort of volume. ABVC. Look at this sexy thing. Now this, lighter volume, but this sort of parabolic action, 70 cents to 140, goes green, 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 starting to speed up. You got a nice sideways little crack into close. This is a kind of under the radar multi-day runner. Set at low a day at market open. Light volume trader, but you can get a few shares on it and let it work. Today was the first day it traded like tradable volume. So what would be really nice is a big gap up, because then you'd get some volume exchange. But definitely worth watching. And that's why you run scans. March 19th had some news, but a licensing agreement. It's a biotech, who cares? I remember in COVID, I would see these massive runners go and rush to catch them, or get frustrated if I miss them. Now I literally don't bother trade them, not my style, not my setups, happy. I love that. That's huge progress, good for you. Getting in where you fit in, baby. ABC earned leverage. I had a HELOC for a reason. Oh my gosh. It's the same few names hitting scan: RSLS, BIAF, ICCT. Almost there. Almost there. I'm just shuffling through those FinViz scans that we've gone over on here before. They're not crazy full either. 20, 30 names instead of like a few hundred that we've had on there. Market's up half a point today, 0.5%. And my fader scan is fairly full. That's weird. GRRR, that looks like it wants to break down. If you look at this, that looks like a pretty key trend line. And we've got it knocking on these like 24 door. Similar setup to like those other bear flag breakdowns. And each one of these pops just gets hammered each time it puts out some news press release. Just gets smoked. So that's probably worth watching. Possible swing short, not like an intraday trade. DATS, that thing might gap fill. Got a bit of liquid today, but you got $3 there. Wow. If that gives away $3, you're heading to 2. It's down 17% today. You're going to have SSR tomorrow. So a breakthrough 3 probably gets hit pretty hard. Might be hard to fill. Okay, last list here. The tariffs hit tomorrow, says Sam. How can you tax your 51st state? If CNL had a bit more volume, that'd be nice. But okie dokie. Let's see what Kyle's watching tomorrow. He likes NMAX, ICCT, main couple. And I like to check on what Nate's watching. Wow, Nate's comparing Newsmax to top. Weak open, fade off the open, and then circuits back up before end of day. That's what he's looking for. That's insane. What's up, El Jefe? Sam. He's all for West Canada. I don't know what Newsmax is. Was I not supposed to say that she liked it? She is a great lady. I don't know what it is, so that might have given something away. I don't know. Oh my god. Alex Jones. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to check in with her. That's hilarious. They have a hot news anchor. Okay, okay. I like the sounds of that. Maybe I should be an investor. Like, what's that? The Fumble, is it? Where they get those hot chicks to talk about sports. I think it's the Fumble. The brunette in the morning. Is this like a online thing? Is it on TV? Is it online? Let me Google this Newsmax thing. Newsmax.com. Okay, it looks like an online newspaper. Emma. Okay. Let's see. Emma. I mean, she's decent. They've got pictures of her without makeup on. Whoa. They say the camera adds 10 pounds. I don't know about that. Looks like when she's off TV, she gets 10 pounds added straight to her face. Chanel Ryan. On Newsmax? Isn't that... Isn't Chanel Ryan like a celebrity? So, in terms of watches for tomorrow, GUR, I'd look for a 24 failed fall through, let it pull and flush sub 24, come back, retest once or twice, and then let that thing roll over. Short it, set a stop, and either stop or swing it for a couple days. It does say hard to borrow, which is kind of weird, but we'll see. SSR will be on tomorrow, unfortunately. I hate trading names with SSR. I just want to get in when I want. ABVC, I don't know how high this one's going to go. It's already hit that 100% threshold, 70 to 140. So let it do its thing. I like the range expansion. I like the volume starting to pick up. But the higher this goes, the better the quality of the setup's going to be. So if I get a big enough gap and it starts to fail opening range lows, I'll look to lean. If we're gapping down, it's not really extended enough to short on a gap down. So I'd need either like a blow off or just ideally just let it go higher. TCRT, just putting on a watch because it's a percent gainer. First day trading any meaningful volume. WTF, a sympathy to all of these IPOs. Let it do its thing. It's going to be gapping down too much tomorrow, so no trade on it for me. JYD, China scam, gapping down 80% in after hours. The pump looks like it's done, so any pops up towards 350, I'm interested. If they completely reclaim the move, then they've definitely trapped shorts, so I would be hands off. But if SSR is on and you get those pops, once it starts to fail, they typically just hammer the bid and fade it down to 50 cents. Sub 1 because they've got no competition on the offers. CSAI, similar to my size, where you get that big blowout, parabolic, failed fall through, completely retraces. So this one's got quite a bit of range. It's still up 30% on the day, believe it or not. So any straight up parabolics, same as me, same as my size, parabolics into looking left levels, but kind of a back burner watch. RSLS, big parabolic intraday and then squeezed out after hours through $3. It is a day one runner, so not really an A grade setup, but in the same boat as BIAF. Nice buyer in the tape there today. I would hope that these just continue higher, but if they don't, then so be it. But I need multi-day runs out of these. I don't really want to short them if they're red and gapping down. Newsmax, this is definitely extended. It's up from 12.13 up to like 280 in after hours. So this could have been the blowout. It's gapping down a lot. Close was right around here, 230-ish. So it's down 50 points. But still up 100% on the day and still up multi-hundreds of percents from the place it opened. So if this is red and I get some morning strength back up into some prior levels, 240, 260, anything like that, some morning strength to fade as long as it stays red, I think this could get a nice pullback. Reddit reclaimed those 105s, so still just waiting for markets to tell me what's up. What happened last time we had that bear flag breakdown where it went from 140 back to or 150, I mean, back to the prior support where you get this support and this support. It did fail, bounce back up, and then it confirmed. So if this closes below 105, which it hasn't done yet, then we could get a similar scenario to that. Otherwise, I might see a reactive op into those 120s, but just keeping it on radar because the daily looks like it's primed for a 20-point pullback back sub 100. ICCT, probably my main watch. Kyle mentioned a good point, Kyle Williams, that volume did decrease share-wise, but dollar volume-wise, like a $4 close on 200 million, you get 800 million, where 400 million on a $2 close is still 800 million. So probably if you zoom in, VWAP's a bit higher and a bit lower. So you get like a $1 close on 400 million is 400 million shares, and a $4 close is 800 million shares, or $800 million. So dollar volume wise, its volume is speeding up, but share wise, it isn't. So if we get this gap down, I like pops versus 4, prior support that became resistance there throughout the day. But if it's red, I think this could fade back towards like $2. So I will keep that one on watch. Homer failed today, didn't reclaim, so likely that I get stopped out on that one tomorrow. And yeah, I think that's about it. So probably GUR, I'll put that as like a B grade setup. JYD, I'll keep that one on watch. And then ABVC, so see where we're gapping. Main 2 is probably NMAX and ICCT. Hopefully there's some other gappers tomorrow that traders can focus on, like RSLS and BIAF. People might start to focus on those, and then ICCT falls off their radar and results in an easier fader. So, yeah, that's what I got. Good chats. I appreciate the engagement. We had a good time, and I'll try to watch the replay and check out what's up with this mic. I'm going to propose to Emma now and use leverage on ICCT. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'll be at your wedding. Alrighty, take it easy, guys. I'll see you in the room. Peace.